and she'll be the one to introduce our awesome speaker for this afternoon. So, Tazai, it's your turn.
Yeah, hey, it's my turn. Happy New Year. Welcome to our Tea Time Thursdays. I hope you have your favorite beverage beside you right now, coffee, tea, juice. Well, I have coffee with me. We just want to remind you of our Zoom etiquette and guidelines to keep the background noise to a minimum. Kindly mute your microphone if you are not speaking. Be mindful of your video, microphone, and screen sharing settings. Also, we encourage you to use the reaction button, clap, or thumbs up when you agree to certain points raised by our speaker. The raise hand function can also be used if you'd like to ask a question, or simply type your question at the chat box. We encourage everyone to participate fully in our sessions. Tea Time Thursdays is one of our play space in the Fox Tribe, and it is to create a space for people to learn and have more possibilities in life. We talk about anything under the sun here. What's in it for us? The Fox Tribe has a leveraged business with DXN International, and if you enjoy our community and culture, and if you feel like it's light and fun for you to join us, we are also inviting you to join our tribe, where we don't just have fun, but at the same time, we also earn in a sustainable way while becoming conscious leaders, co creating a new earth. What else is possible? So, our speaker for today is currently in her final year of graduation of clinical nutrition and dietetics. She is a nutritionist, a senior practitioner, and a gynotherapist based in Mumbai, India. Her mission in this lifetime is to bring focus on nutrition, health, and self love by teaching people how to eat and live with awareness and compassion. She strongly believes in the healing power of nature and simplicity. She is passionate about promoting children immune power through nutrition, healthy lifestyles, and financial freedom for youth with DXN. Taking small steps towards promoting good health, wellness revolution, and spreading DXN wellness revolution is her current goal. So, with no further ado, please help me welcome Miss Faheela Sarang. Yay!
Hi, good morning, Foxes. Peace and blessings to everyone. Hi. So, this is really nice. Happy New Year to everyone. This is really nice to be back over here. And amazing work done by the Fox Tribe. It's so inspiring. Sometimes the timings don't match and I'm not able to join, but this is amazing just to see the kind of work is going on. And it is so inspiring at the same time. So yes, thank you so much. And without further ado, I would like to start today's session. Now, this is something which is on which I am making my career. Okay, so I'm making my career on food and diet. So this is something which is very close to the heart. This is something which I can say is a part of the passion, something which drives me every morning to get up and do my work. So again, thank you for this topic. I guess we are discussing about gifts. We have a lot in life, and it's time that we be grateful about it. And since food is an entity, food is a gift which is given to us, and it's time that we discuss more about it. We have different opinions on it, and we function according to that. I'm sorry if there is some background noises. We have other DXN members also in the house, and all kind of Zoom meetings are going on around this time. So sorry for that. But yes, so I have a small presentation, okay? And I'll be sharing that right now. So Sister Tina, is the permission there for sharing the screen? Okay, amazing.
May
Just quickly do
can
that.
now share.
Yeah, just let if you can see the screen. Is the screen visible? I cannot see anyone right now. So
No, not yet. You need to, I think, do the share screen.
is it
Because you're on the pin. Wait, let me see. Can you do it again? Share screen.
yeah, there is some kind of and food is something which is like the life of every occasion, every party, every celebration, every festival. It's just that food becomes the center of our life. But there is so much which is going on around food, and I always say that there are two main mafias in the story. One is the food industry and the other one is the health industry. The sad story is that the food industry is not aware or does not even care about what the health industry thinks of, and likewise and vice versa for the same, that is for the health industry. So this is a very surprising, but surprising, not surprising, but actually a very, very sad story that is there, and it is being there in the world. Now, food has always been a necessity, a kind of an element which is there in the in the universe, which is like a gift to us. It's time that we change our mindset about food. It's time that we change our ideologies about food. With time, yeah, yeah, this is it. Thank you. Um, I guess a little bit will be up and down because of the different systems, but I guess yes. Thank you so much, Sister Tina, for sharing. Yeah. So yes, so today on January 14th, because we are sharing about what is food. Food is a gift. A good food is a right of every individual. A good food is a right of every child in the world. Now, there is also again a sad story that many children, they have no access to food, and we'll come down to that topic again later. But right now, if you have food in front of you, if you have two squares of square meals in front of you for lunch and for dinner, consider yourself really, really lucky. Sister Tina, can you please go to the next slide? Thank you so much. So today's presentation, I'll just give you quickly a rundown, like what it is going to be about, what is the agenda of our discussion today. It's, why is it important to talk about food? Now, food does become a center of all the discussion, but we really beat around the bush. We don't really talk about the necessity and the essentials of food. There is also a food and a soul connection that we have. You have a different kind of pH. Your body reacts differently to different kind of food. For example, me and Sister Tina can have a completely same lifestyle, can eat the same kind of food, but yet be two different individuals, because the way our body reacts to different food is going to be completely different. Each individual is designed in a very, very beautiful and a unique way. You are you, and and that is your power, basically. So we're going to discuss about that, how you have to feed your body the right kind of food, and why is there so much myths surrounding food. It is time we break down. It is time we break down those myths. Where does a beautiful DXN come in play, and how DXN is closely related to food? And we'll just talk about a little bit of holistic perspective. I would also like to hear from others this time. So this is going to be our agenda for the session today. Sister Tina, next slide, please. So get to know your food. So I have written 5 lines over here. So these are something which is written in the back of my nutrition books as well. So, food is life for all of us. I know you must be having such a bad day, and, suddenly when you eat your favorite pastry or when you eat your favorite cookie, your life just lightens up. And that is true for all of us. So that's true. Food is fuel, food is energy, food is life, food is your basic necessity. Food is love. If you want to show someone that you love them, the basic ideology is that you go and you cook some meal for them, or you get their favorite kind of food. So food is the center of all emotions that we feel over here. So that is food for us. There is a requirement that we need to talk about food much, that we need to share our knowledge about food much as possible, and in a very basic way. These days, what has happened is that we have the young generation, basically the generation of the 20s, the generation of the digital era, which we are so much more towards exotic foods. But with time, we have forgotten what is our traditional food. With time, we have forgotten what our ancestors used to eat. We always discuss about how our ancestors were always healthy, how our ancestors were always, able to do so much more work, not have so much stress than we have today. And that's true. But somewhere, don't you think that we all have forgotten what our roots were? We all have forgotten what our traditional food was. So, once a week, it is important to go back to the basics, go back to the roots, try to be thankful for from whatever generation that you come from. Practice what your ancestors did. I think that is a very good way of making sure that you stay natural, stay to the ground, and Be natural. Try sticking to the nature as much as possible. It is a generation where people believe in eating food made in plants rather than food which comes from plants, and that is something very, very sad. So you have factories where food is processed and people are so much more inclined towards those kind of food. It's time we change that mentality. It's time we teach our young children, because this is something which is going to be passed on from generation to the generation. So we teach our young children, or our siblings or cousins, whoever you have, that it's also important to enjoy exotic foods, but at the same time stick to the food that you have, and your ancestors have been eating. So that is food. Food is gift. Food makes you happy on a sad day. Food makes you deal with a very, very bad breakup. Food also makes sure that you get up in the morning, and the first thing that many of us do is that is have breakfast. I hope everyone does that. Now, breakfast is called breakfast because of a reason. It's like breaking a fast. When you sleep for 12 hours, 8 hours in the night, and when you get up in the morning, it's like breaking a fast. So I think breakfast is one of the most important meal. As a nutritionist, as a person who is studying nutrition, one thing that I usually come across with clients and patients is that we are skipping breakfast, right? So breakfast is something which is very important. Yes, sisters, I completely. Food is love, and love is food. Showing someone that you care for them by cooking them a meal is one of the basic emotion that you can display to them, or just like the rawest form of emotion that you can show them. So that's again a very good thing. Sister Tina, the next slide, please. Yeah. So make a promise to yourself today, as I covered in the earlier thing. Make a promise to yourself. Try to eat natural as much as possible. Try to stick to the nature as much as possible. Try eating real food. Try eating food which is coming from plants rather than being made in plants, made in factories. Eat traditional foods. Now, I know you must have had your grandmother or your mother making some kind of food which certainly got lost in the generations. It is time we get back to those basics. Call up our mothers, ask them what was the recipe of that one cookie or one curry that you had. So that's important. Try to eat colors as much as possible. Sometimes we stick to a certain kind of diet in life, and that is where the problem arises. Try to involve more kinds of fruits, vegetables, as much as flower, as much as colors that you want. And also try to experiment with flavors. I think that's also very important. Don't try to stick to only one kind of flavor. Try to add more spice in your life. That's very important. I know Philippines is a country where spice is very famous. There are different kinds of flowers also used. So try experimenting with your food. Try eating natural. Try eating raw as much as possible. Sometimes cooking is good for the food, but most of the times it destroys a lot of natural vitamins and minerals. So that's where you have to make sure that you are spicing up your life, eating natural. Try using natural spices as much as possible. So these are just some food promises that you can make. Since we are we stepped into 2021, we are 3 weeks away. And some of you who might have had some diet promises to yourself, those promises might have been lost till now. The motivation must have somewhere evaporated. So it is time you get back on that. Also make sure, just give me 1 second. Shoot. Yeah. So sorry for that. Yes. There is some kind of network issues now from my side. Extremely sorry. Okay, yes. So there needs to be some food promises that you take place, and that will help over time with, with making sure that your diet goes properly, with making sure that, your body responds to the food that you're eating. And that is very important. Sister Tina, the next slide, please. Yeah. So what about dieting? I guess dieting is a very, very, crucial word. Many of the ladies, they always, it's a very common talk or a conversation between ladies, between girls, that, what kind of diet are you following? What size are you right now? And, I need to lose some weight. I need to get into that dress. Now, this is a very, very common topic, and a very, very common, something which is just coming there naturally in conversations. So yes, yeah, surely. So one of the major thing that I want to share over here is that as a dietitian, there is so much over knowledge. There is so much more information, extra information on the internet. So you can just quietly just type in the word diet on Google, and you'll get so much loads of information. So yes, there is a very, very crucial thing which you need to do, is that don't follow just any kind of diet. It's not good. It's not what your body responds to. So just don't follow any kind of fad diet. There are so many diets, all of them. Every year you have a new diet which comes in trend. It's very important not to follow any kind of diet. Be sure that you go to a counselor or a dietitian or a nutritionist or some kind of something which is easy to do actually, is that you practice intuitive eating. That is, you depend on your intuition while eating your food, that you depend on what your mind and your body demands when eating your food. Eat food that you like, eat food that you love, eat food that makes you feel good about yourself. And this is how you become conscious about what you're eating, how you're eating, why you're eating, whether you're eating because you're hungry or whether you're eating because you're sad. These are questions that you need to ask yourself, and I guess this is very important in making sure that you live a healthy life. We always say that health is wealth, and in DX, and you are going to go for health, wealth, and happiness. Health is the first and the foremost thing. So yes, don't follow just any kind of diet. Follow a diet which is something that you had eaten in your childhood. I guess this is a good way to go for. Follow a diet which has a lot of colors. The food promise that I told about in the last slide, follow the diet that has a lot of colors, flavors, fruits, vegetables, all kind of natural things. Practice intuitive eating, that is, eat food that your body demands. Know when to stop eating that food. Know when to stop know when to stop eating food when your mind says and gives you a signal that, okay, I'm full. Don't go for that next bite. Instead, stop at that. Be conscious of what you eat. I guess it's a very good practice which has come from our ancestors, both in Southeast Asia and both in India, that you have to sit down when you're eating your food. Now this definitely makes sure that your GI functions, that is your gastrointestinal functions, works properly. That is, you sit down, sit in a cross leg position, and then you eat your food. I guess every one of us can do that for at least one meal a day, either for lunch or for dinner. If you're in the office, then it's okay, but for dinner or for lunch, you can, when you're at a home in a comfortable space, you can sit down, cross your legs, and eat your food, by chewing it around for 25 times or 24 times, at least 12 times. That is like the least that we can do. Chewing your food is very important, so that comes under how you eat. The second thing about that I want to say is that there are three S's of eating food. That is, sit down, eat in silence, and see what you eat. It's also very important. Sometimes we are so much more engrossed in watching television or watching Netflix while eating, is that we forget that we have such a good gift in front of us. So when you're eating your food, sit down, sit in silence, and look at the food that you're eating, see the food, enjoy the colors, experience the flavors. And I guess that is a diet, that is a kind of an healthy eating practice that you can start. So say no to dieting. That's something that I would say no to dieting, say yes to healthy eating. I guess that's important. Sister Tina, the next slide, please. Yeah. So how to enjoy food and be fit? You might be saying, but oh my God, I love those pastries. I love those cookies. I love what I eat. It's okay. It's okay to indulge in junk once in a while. That's completely fine. We are living a life. We have social gatherings to go for. And along with that, there is also food is the center of all social gatherings. And, in social gatherings, you cannot just have soups and salads. Yes, you can have healthy desserts, And you can cut down on a lot of processed foods like sugars and some kind of oils which are not good. We have healthy alternatives also. I would like to know some DXN recipes over here while we are. So one thing would definitely be conscious about what you eat. Eat your food. Don't feel guilty after eating that one piece of brownie. Okay, that's very important. The guilt that follows is not good for your body. That actually makes your mind think that you're doing something harsh, or you're doing something bad, or you feel bad about yourself. Indulging in that one piece of brownie is not the end of your life. Okay, so your diet should not control you. You should control your diet. That's important. And sometimes people just go crazy about following some kind of diet where they'll only eat one particular kind of food. I guess that's not a good practice. Your food should have different types of varieties and different types of colors and experiments and whatnot. This is like a universe, where there is no actual stop. So yes, diversifying food is very important. Eat, chew, and repeat. This is the things which you can do and get fit. Along with that, I would like to add over here is that you can hydrate yourself. Like here, I know many of us are sitting with our cup of coffee, we are sitting with a cup of tea, with our lemon tea, and here we are hydrating ourselves. We are making sure that some amount of water, some amount of nutrients in the form of water are reaching our body, and I guess that's important. I know many of you will agree that sometimes when we don't hydrate ourselves, we get that really bad headache, and when we drink that 2 glasses of water, it goes away. If you don't do that, try drinking 2 glasses of water instead of popping an painkiller. That's very important. So water is love. Okay, and try drinking water. Eat your food, chew your food so well. There's a very simple practice. Since in Shunya we do backward counting, we count from 9 to 0, or 99 to 0, 29 to 0. Similarly, when eating your food, in the start, if it becomes difficult for you, to concentrate, what you can do is, when you put a morsel of food in your mouth, you can start counting backwards from 29 to 0, or from 12 to 0, or from 9 to 0. At least chew your food 10 times. When you reach 0, you can gulp down that food. I guess that will become a natural habit over time, and that will make sure that your food is digested well, that your digestive system is well, and that you feel good. Most of our stress problems arises from our digestive system. We humans are hollow from inside. When I say that, I mean that there is a cavity inside our body, and this cavity is our gut system. Now the gut system is very strongly connected to our brain, and that is why when I say food is life, food is actually life. Whatever your car will not run if you don't put petrol or gas in it. Similarly, your body will not run if you don't put food in it, but you need to put good kind of food, or else the engine will not be okay. So, or the engine will go bad. So that's how. So there are some tiny tips which you can do. You don't need to follow a very exotic diet, eat very expensive fruits and vegetables. No, we do have a good range of herbs available in DXN. That's what we'll discuss in the next slide. But yes, talking about what celebrities do, usually people try to replicate what celebrities are doing, or eat a certain kind of food. But you have to understand, this is your life, and your body is different from theirs, and you need to find what works for you and stick to that. I guess that's very important. So this is how you enjoy food. Eat what you like and be fit at the same time. So Sister Tina, next slide please. Yes. So again, two things: eat raw as much as possible. I know we live in an amazing country. I come from India. You all come from Philippines or from different countries, and each country has their indigenous fruit or their indigenous vegetable, which is like just coming from the plant, which is grown in that particular region. So I guess it's very important to go and stick to local foods, stick to how local foods are being prepared, stick to how local foods were made in a certain way. Now you might get those local food in processed forms, but again, that's not healthy for you. Okay, then eat a variety of fruits. Don't just stick to your basic processed refined fruits. Have a lot of juices, smoothies, soups, curry, whatever you can make. Try making it as natural as possible. Try adding less amount of a little bit of salt in that. Avoid having a little bit of salt, sugar, and refined flour. That's very important. So, try doing all these things. These will help in the long run. And it's very important that you make sure that you are adding a lot of spices in your foods, that you are adding a lot of new kind of flavors in the food. This is very important. So these are two tips that you can practice in a healthy format. So Sister Tina, next slide please. Yeah. So healthifying it up, how, just to summarize the what we have been discussing till now. Cut down the processed food. I know many of us get up and the first thing that we have is a bread or a kneaded dough or something. This is over time just going to slow down your system, slow down your metabolism. So if you are someone who is looking to lose weight, I guess it's very important to cut down on processed food. It's very important. Next is add so many flavors as much as possible. Okay. Indulge in sour, bitter, sweet, and more flavors actually mean more nutrition. More flavors actually mean more kind of vitamins, more kind of minerals. During the whole COVID pandemic, many of us saw that people were talking about vitamin C and how it plays a very, very big role with immunity. It does, but along with that there are so many other things which also play a big role in nutrition. Immunity is not something that can just be boosted up with one nutrition. It is a combination of all kind of vitamins and nutrients going right in your body. So if you are a DXN member and you're consuming DXN products, then I don't think you need to worry about that. But if you're not, it's time that you start to worry about it. Today we had COVID, tomorrow we might have I don't know how many kinds of uh, new viruses or things coming up. But it's time that we make our shield strong. It's time that we make our shield of immunity strong. Have a rainbow diet. Now if someone is actually intending to follow a certain kind of diet, I say that go for a rainbow diet, where you eat more of cereals, more of milk products, more of fruits, more of vegetable, all kinds of colors in the diet. And just make your plate look so like look like a straight coming out of a pop video or a Korean pop video. I think that's important. Okay, so the next slide please. Thank you, Sister Tina. Yes. So how does DXN and food come and play a very big role? So in DXN, we have different kinds of juices. We have our amazing DXN Morinzi juice. We have our amazing, we have certain kind of kiwi juice and certain kind of new juices back there again in Philippines as well. I don't know much about it, but I know what is there in India and some in other countries as well. So there are different juices. Now, what's the importance of these juices and how they are different from what you have in markets or what you have in the industry right now? So many of the juices, if you see, they have some kind of emulsifier which is there in the labels. When you are picking up food from the market, I guess it's very important to have a look at the label which is there right behind. Okay. So labeling, reading about the labels that you collect from a food that you collect from market is that no plant or natural food comes with a label. That's true. But if you have a product that is coming from market, it will always have this label. If the food packaging does not have a label, don't pick up that food. So if you see any of the DXN products and compare it with other products, you can see a major difference is that there is no preservative, there is no emulsifier, there is no additive, there is no color addition. This is completely natural. It is completely made of all natural herbs and herbs and fruits. Now these are exotic fruits, but these are fruits that can be digested by everybody. So that's the magic, and that's where DXN comes and plays a role. So when you see our roselle juice, it has only roselle in it, and it just has extract of roselle. When you look at our Morinzi juice, it just has nonizi and some amount of preservatives, which is in the form of a natural preservative, which is our roselle or tamarind. So this is the difference, major difference that you can see from other brands and DXN. In India, we have this famous saying that is almost told at all meetings, is that you change your brand, you make DXN your home brand. And I guess that's very true. And I guess that's what is the essence of DXN, that it is completely different. It's completely natural. It is so true to nature that, it's almost like picking up a noni or a Morinda citrifolia fruit and having it in the morning when you have that one glass of noni. I guess that's the magic. Then you go for your cereal smoothies. We have a spirulina cereals. We have a cordyceps cereal back here in India. I guess they are also there in Philippines as well. So, you can always make up your own Rishi cereal as well, which is made with RGGL, and add some fruits, add some vegetables. This is not medicine. DXN products are not medicine. They have medicinal properties, but they are more likely so much a food, a food which can be so easily digested and taken care by your body. So we have cereal smoothies. We have an exclusive range of coffees. Today the world is revolving around coffee. Today, everywhere you go for, even for a date, or even for a small meeting, you are going to have that one cup of coffee. So DXN has an exclusive range of amazing coffees. Some are coffee with coca. We have our Z mocha, we have vita coffee, we have tea lattes. We have so many beautiful things. It's just that we start incorporating them. We read the labels, we understand what is in there, what suits our body well. For me personally, I am a big fan of the two-in-one coffee, the black coffee and the Lindsay coffee. So I mix them and take them. I sometimes take cordyceps as well. So need to find what DXN coffee suits your body and continue with the same. We have a big range of teas as well, so that's amazing. Now DXN and food, most of the DXN products, they are food supplements products, and they are something which are natural, and I said easily digestible by the body, and they are going to increase the nutrition factor in your body. So that's again very important. So this is where we have a relationship between DXN and food. So when you introduce DXN to someone, try introducing it as food rather than as medicine. Try in making sure that they understand that it's just not some other health products. It's so much more than that. It has the capability of changing people's life. It has the capability. So for example, just last week in our women's meet in Mumbai, we had a lady who who said that just taking DXN Rishi Gano tea, okay, made her lose around 20 kgs. So that is the property. It is so good in detoxifying things from your body, detoxifying toxins from your body, if I'm not wrong, and also making sure that you lose weight, but you lose weight in a healthy way. It is important to lose weight, but also to gain health. Okay, so that's a balance which everyone needs to maintain. So yes, if you are someone who is fond of working out, having a cup of black coffee before you go to exercise is an excellent way to lose weight, is an excellent way to burn those extra fat, or that belly fat that you want to get rid of from so long. So there are so many ways, so many ideas, and so many ways in which you can include DXN food products in life, and make sure that you don't come across lifestyle disorders or any other kind of problems in life. So Sister Tina, next slide, please. So of course, DXN offers food solution. One is that it is completely natural. It is easily available right there in front of you. You just need to open that bottle and have that glass of non-easy juice. You just need to open that bottle of RGGL and have those capsules of Ganoderma. It's just important that you heat up that one glass of water and take your cup of DXN coffee. So it's easily available for you. You just need to do a bare minimum of effort. It is completely natural. All products, they are certified. All products, they have so many certifications. And just the way the packaging is done, just the way the product itself has a label, it explains so much that it is completely natural. It is not bad for the body at all, and it will not harm the body in any way. Next is that it is affordable for many of us. Having these natural products might, for many, it may seem that, oh my God, it's going to be expensive, or it is going to burn a hole in my pocket. But no, it's not. DXN offers solution for that as well. You can almost start doing DXN business and make sure that the products in your house are free for you. So your food becomes free for you. We all want to live in a world where food is free for us. Okay, many of us are running or working behind so that we get to eat those 2 square meals a day. So DXN offers you food solution. DXN offers you life solutions through the food that you eat it. So that's it. And the next slide, please. So this is the end. So when you come and join DXN, you have health solutions, which is of course related to your food. It is completely natural. It is It offers you wealth solution. It offers you, it makes sure that your bank balance increases. Even if after a certain amount of time you're not doing work, just sharing about DXN with people, that can make you, that can make your bank balance rise up. I guess that's a very, very beautiful thing. And along with that, it makes sure that you come in contact with such good-minded people, like here, like we have in Fox Tribe right now, like-minded people, people who understand the value of life, people who want to, change their life, or people who want to take steps to make their life better. And these are all solutions. There are so many problems, but every problem has a solution. So you just need to have that group of people. You just need to have that team of people that root for you, that stand for you, where you can share your ideas, where you can have similar ideologies. And of course, join the DXN, have new ideas, speak about it, be local, be vocal, and have such an amazing life with DXN. So I wish all that for all of you. If we have any kind of questions or any kind of interactions right here, right now, we can have the discussion, because this is the last slide. Thank you so much, Sister Tina, for sharing, and sorry for the inconvenience in the middle. And this was so amazing. It was lovely sharing.
Wow, thank you so much, Sister Faheela, for sharing the beautiful gift of food and how we have it just in our um in DXN, and how we can incorporate this in at the same time, all areas of our lives. And this time it's really nice that we're delving into food and bodies, because most of the time we always talk about like business, money, and at least at the beginning of the year, let's introduce food and the joy of, you know, eating, eating with the rainbow colors and all of that. And yeah, how much fun can we have eating? And so thank you for that. And let's see our comments below.
We have one question about sitting cross-legged and eating. So I'll quickly
Oh,
explain
yes,
that as
please.
well. So, when you sit on the ground, I don't know, but how many of you know about the grounding effect? When you have an electrician coming in your body, there will be one wire which will be going for the ground wire. And I guess that's important to neutralize the electricity that is running through the body. Similarly, when we have our souls, we have an ability to, emit energy, okay, or emit some vibrations in the universe. Now, we are more neutralized when we are sitting on the ground. There are many research studies also going around about this, and also many other, fields of study, which can be either Ayurveda, which can either be Unani, or, some other herbal or naturopathy, which state that a human body is more neutralized or more alkaline when it is in contact with the body. So when I said that, we have in our cultural history in India and Southeast Asia, that, people who have been sitting on the ground and having, sitting on the ground, sitting cross-legged and having their meals, they tend to have more alkaline bodies, and the process of digestion runs down to be very easy. Now, what has happened over time is that we have become so much more used to the so much more used to the Western world or the Western exposure, that sitting on the dining table and having food is seen in a way that you are more civilized or you are more educated. But in fact, it's more healthy for your body when you sit down, when you follow basic three S's, that you sit down cross-legged on the ground. Okay, you sit in silence. First is, of course, sitting. Then you sit in silence. Okay, then you see what kind of food that you're having. Okay, and you understand the food that you're having. You look at the portion size of the food that you're having, and that you chew the food, that you observe, and you are more conscious about the food that you're eating. So you need to taste, you need to experience the flavors, and when you do that, your body responds in a very, very nice and a very, very welcoming way towards whatever kind of food that you're eating, even if it's a pizza. Now, when you talk about pizza, you'll say that, the bread is made of refined flour and it's not healthy. But at the end of the day, it is food. There is no bad food or good food. It's just that some food are high in nutrition and some food are not. It's okay to have food that is not high in nutrition once in a while. Okay. But it's okay. So the three S's of sitting down are: first is to sit down, sit in silence and sit cross-legged on the ground and see and observe the food that you're having. Your body will tell you after a while that, okay, I am full, and and you need to stop eating. Okay, and that's when you stop eating your food. And of course, conscious eating was that you chew and you count and you chew your food. Okay, so that will also make sure that the chewing or the main digestion process happens well. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you for answering that. And it brings to light, bringing back the culture of sitting down. Because, yeah, like what Ate Jenny and you, Fahila, mentioned earlier, was we, as a culture here in the East, we always, it's part of us. We really sit down cross legged. And yes, that's really wonderful that we're bringing back that and the benefits of that and what a contribution it is to our bodies. So thank you for that. And thank you for the beautiful tips about what we can do and how we can incorporate our culture, what we have learned in the past that was actually lost. And now we're bringing it back. And yes, and adapting to the present world right now, of course. And yeah, what else is possible by eating the food and just having fun. And I like the reminder of chewing the food also, because yeah, that is something that gets missing whenever we like are in a rush whenever we eat. So it's beautiful that this pandemic is like everybody is just at home and you have the luxury to indulge now on food. So there. What else is possible? So yeah, so Zai said, I have another reason to persuade Darwin, her husband, to be minimalist and sit on the floor. So yeah, thank you. So we would also like to honor and acknowledge everybody who's here, all our 15 participants. We also have a guest, new ones. We have Mr. Limuel of Tagum and Mr. Prasad. So thank you for joining us today.
So Mr.
And
Prasad is a
yeah,
star diamond. He's from Mumbai.
yeah.
He's from my city, and he's also a Shunya Dutta. And we were actually the ones who had been to Siddipet, Telangana with Dr. Lim. So
Wow.
he's also one, and he is also a physiotherapist. So he's also very much into holistic, holistic healing and healing with DXM. So yeah.
Wow, that is wonderful. So thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Yes. And yes, we would like, Zai is saying, we'd like to acknowledge your slides. You have very beautiful slides.
Thank you. Yeah,
So,
I added a lot of lemon because I guess we all love lemons over here.
yeah. So we call her Lemon Zai.
Ooh, yeah, nice. I like that.
So thank you so much, Faheela. So thank you so much for being here with us. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you with us and to play with us here in the Fox Drive. And for more information about DXN products, we have this group page that we started called DXN Product Experience. So you can hop on over there, and we share all the stuff, the beautiful things that the DXN products has contributed to us. The food that we are consuming every day. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you everybody for being here. We honor and acknowledge everyone. And blessings. See you next week on the same time, 3 p.m. Philippine time and 12:30, I think, in India, right? So blessings and see you. Thank you, Sister Fahila.
Bye.
Bye.